So, good evening, students. I hope you can read the problem. A body travels half its total path in the last second of its fall from rest. Find the time and height of its fall. Explain physically unacceptable solution of the quadratic time equation. Take G as 9.8 meters per second. So, last second of its fall. Okay, what will be the strategy to solve this problem, friends? All of you. So the strategy should be very clear. The body is having a free fall. Okay, so that means the initial velocity u is equal to 0. That's the first thing you should capture, and g is already given to you. Okay, and if you say now the total height is h. So it will travel h. So it will travel h distance in time t. Correct?
Yes.
And last second of its fall. Okay, so the total distance that it travels in last second of its fall is, see, h is a function of time. That's what I am writing here. H is a function of time. So h is t minus 1 is before the last second it would have traveled the distance h of t minus 1. Correct?
Yes.
And then from the data what they have given, the total height minus the height which is traveled in t minus 1 second. They have told it is equal to half the height. I hope all of you captured this.
Yes, sir.
See, from the data that I have given, I have written this. I have not thought about the solution. I have not at all thought about the solution. I have simply taken body travels half the total time from its fall from rest. So rest of the concept I have used. G value they have given. Then whatever they have told. The total height I took it as ht, and the distance it has travelled in h into t minus 1 second. And the last the distance it has travelled in the last 1 second is given as the total height divided by 2. That's all. I have just captured the data. Clear, students?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's it. That's all the data is. And they are told some explain unacceptable solution of quadratic equation. Anyway, let's look into that later on. The time and height of its fall. So here we have to find out h of t. What they have asked us is to determine h of t. Okay, and the total time. So these are the two data that they have asked us to find from the given data. Right? The problem is there in front of you. So you just have to put this across. So the only thing is now you solve this equation. Solve equation 1 in terms of g and t. So what will equation 1 be? Half g t square, that is h of t, minus half g into t minus 1 whole square. Correct? This will be equal to half g t square is the half. Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
from this equation, you see g is given to us, only t is unknown, so you have to solve for t. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Very simple, isn't it? Here there is half gt square, and in this equation you will get one half gt square. So that will cancel. Correct?
Yes.
Half gt square will get cancelled in this one. So you will be left with the other term in this equation. So this equation is t square minus 2t plus 1. T square minus 2t plus 1. That minus 2t will come. That minus 2t into minus half. Right? So 2 will cancel. So you will get the gt.
Yes.
See, this is another skill, you know. You should not try to go on writing and waste your time. So gt will remain. Then plus 1 is there. Plus 1, it will be there, and half g. So you will get it as minus g by 2. Another term that will remain from the first equation. Okay? Correct me if I am wrong. Okay? Correct me if I am wrong. So here you will get here, okay, 1 by 4 g t square. You will get this. Again, g's will get cancelled. Okay? G's will get cancelled. So you get here t square. Okay? And you transfer this 4 this side. Transfer this 4 this side. So you will get here t square, and 4 if you transfer here, you will get 4t, but 4t you can bring it to the right. Okay? So, minus 4t, and again this 4 you goes here, it becomes 2g. So it becomes plus 2g. Is equal to 2g. Right? So you should be able to quickly and smartly do this, and then you solve for t. T is equal to. Pardon?
So that G will cancel.
Oh, sorry. We'll get cancelled. Plus 2. So 2 is equal to 4 minus b plus or minus root of t square b square minus 4c. Right? So there will be 16 minus 4 2s are 8. Isn't it? By 2. Okay?
Yes.
So again, you can take 4 common in this one. So 4 and 2 will come out, and 2 will come out, 2 will get cancelled. So 2 plus or minus root of, see, because you have taken 4 there, only 4 will remain, and there 2. So 4 minus 2 is again 2. So plus or minus root 2.
Yes, correct, sir.
See, I am just solving it around in front of you. You must practice solving like this. Okay, so this is how your speed and accuracy will start improving. Your speed and accuracy will start improving. So you will get 2 solutions here. So what is one solution here? One solution is root 2 is 1.4. So one solution is 3.4. Another solution is 2 minus 1.4. So that gives you 0.6. So there are 2 solutions. So which solution will you accept here? Okay. So why?
Yes, 2. Because 1.6 is less than 1 second. That's not possible, sir.
Why it is not possible?
So they have said it travels half the distance in
Last second. So minimum 1 second it has traveled. They have already told. So therefore this is unacceptable. Only this is the right answer. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And they have told you calculate the height. Put this t in one of these equations. Okay, half g is square. So you will get the answer. Okay, see, we solved this problem with so many steps in just less than 2 minutes. Or even less than 1 minute approximately, because I was explaining, so it took 2 minutes. So I suppose all of you got the grasp of it. So what I did here was very simple. I never thought about the solution. Whatever data they have given, I went on writing the data. Okay? Remember, when I am writing data, I am ensuring that I unnecessarily don't accumulate more and more intermediary variables. Okay? Intermediary variables. So therefore I wrote it like this. Then what is to be found out? I put a question mark, because I should not lose track of what is to be found out. Then I simply use that equation, wrote it, got the answer. Fine, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Anybody wants me to explain? Go slow, please feel free. Don't sit there and become judgmental. I have seen many students. If you cannot do, you will find 101 reasons to tell why you cannot do. You will say, sir went very fast. There are some students who told already it is solved. In my college, it is not solved. See, don't give any reason like that. I give you full freedom to stop me and tell me what to do. I will do what you tell me to do. This much freedom I have given. Use that freedom. Okay? And learn. Don't give any reasons. If you don't do well, that means you have not done things properly. That's it. Don't blame the nature. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame the school. Don't blame the college. Don't blame the teachers. Especially now. Because I have given you full freedom to ask. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. See, I have made it so nice for you. Question is ready, so that time to write a dictate, no. So that time is also saved. Huh. Yes. Go for this. A car accelerates from rest at the rate of alpha for some time t, after which it decelerates. Om, have you solved this problem? Hey, you have solved, man. This is also there in NCERT. Okay, a little bit. In NCERT or NC1, one of these books it is there. Alpha for some time t, after which it decelerates at constant rate beta to come to rest. If the total time elapsed is t, evaluate maximum velocity attained and the total distance that it has come. So comprehend the problem. I'll give 1 minute time. Comprehend the problem. The way I captured it, like that you should capture. Either by words, equations, or by graph. All is free for you. Okay, have you captured it? So I would have captured like this. If I were you, I would have done alpha is given, beta is given, right? Time this is given, and what other data is given? T is given, and they are asking V max. They are asking V max the attempt and the total distance. Yes, that is traveled by the thing, and they are told it accelerates. So I will simply go for the Vt graph. Okay, it accelerates with alpha. That means, see, it accelerates at alpha. That means if you take this theta, if you take this theta, then theta 1, then tan theta 1 is equal to alpha. Then it decelerates. Okay, and here if I take theta 2, then I will take tan theta 2 is beta. This is beta. Okay, so this is the data that they have given. And the total time, that is from here to here, the time taken is t. The data is what they have given. Okay, so they are asking now the maximum velocity V max. That's what they are asking. V max is what they are asking. Okay? So, and another data that they have given is it actually decelerated and come to rest. That means it has come to rest. So the total displacement is 0. Correct? The net displacement is 0. That is very obvious. Okay? So, well, it's
The total displacement is 0, sir.
not total. The displacement is 0. No, it comes faded. A car accelerates from rest at constant alpha. After some time, it decelerates. It comes to rest. Sorry. So not displacement. It comes to rest. Sorry. Sorry. That is the final velocity is 0. Sorry, I'm very sorry. So this is it that they are given. So here you can use one intermediate variable t1. Okay, you can use one intermediate variable t1, or from here to here, if you take the time is t1, and from here to here time is t2, then you can bring that alpha into picture and Vmax also into picture.
Right. sir.
आराम से सॉल्व. So you have to now connect all these things. So I've used two intermediate variables T1 plus T2. That's the only addition I have done. That means now T1 plus T2 is equal to T. That is what I have done here. Why I have taken T1 plus T2? Because now I can write T1 in terms of Vmax. Okay, T1 is equal to Vmax by alpha. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Because T1 plus T2. Because alpha is equal to Vmax by T1. That's why I wrote tan theta. Tan theta 1 is equal to alpha. And beta is equal to Vmax by theta. And T1 plus T2 is T. Okay, I use that because I use T1 and T2 because I can bring that alpha and beta into picture. So therefore T1 will be equal to this equation. This equation I can write it as, jolly well write it as Vmax divided by alpha plus Vmax divided by beta. Okay, Vmax divided by alpha is equal to total time t. Isn't it? The total time t taken by this.
Yes, sir.
This is what I have written. Okay, and they have given us t, alpha this one in terms of t. So what have they asked? They have asked Vmax. So just get the Vmax out here from this equation, and you will get 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. 1 upon beta is equal to t. So therefore, Vmax from this equation will be alpha beta t divided by alpha plus beta. Okay?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
That's all.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all. See, in two steps you can get the answer.
Yes, sir.
Maximum velocity and the total distance that it has traveled. So for the total distance traveled, you have to get the area under the curve.
Yes, sir.
So half base into height. So base is T1, height is Vmax. Okay, half base into height. Add up the two things. Base is Vmax by alpha, okay, into height. Height is again Vmax plus half base Vmax by beta into Vmax. Okay, this is the total distance that it has traveled. Okay, so here you get here Vmax square. So you get here Vmax square by 2 is common. So you get here 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta again. Okay, so you get it as this is again equal to Vmax, and we just now got Vmax. So Vmax we just now got it as alpha beta. So you write here alpha square, beta square, beta square. Okay, alpha plus beta whole square, Vmax square, by half. That is by half. Left hand.
Alpha square, beta square, t square.
I'll write it. I'm just writing the Vmax square, alpha square, beta square, this plus this into t square. Yeah, is equal to that is I have written here Vmax square only. Okay, and I have also included the half here. Okay, into again you will write this as alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. Right. So one alpha beta will cancel. One alpha into beta, this will cancel. So half will be written. Okay, this square will be written, and alpha beta will be written upon alpha plus beta will be written. Correct?
Yes, sir.
See, all of you got this answer?
Yes, sir, correct, sir.
Got it. Finish. See, they have just given alpha, beta, come to rest and all. Okay, let them give. So what you have to do? Just mention what. Now don't sit there and simply write. Concentrate on this. These are all the problems given in almost every book, every standard book that you get. Okay, there's nothing great about this. This is total. Okay, so you have to find out this. So you sketch the problem. Try to, you see, try to use the geometry. Geometry and trigonometry, wonderful tools. Vectors are wonderful tools. So you see now what you can identify here, tan, theta and all. Okay, and then just go over doing it. That's how you have to handle this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I go to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, I don't have the next problem put on the board. But anyway, I'll dictate a problem for you. Will you take down?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be a simple problem. Okay. So I think this is also given in the textbook. Okay. In every standard textbook. Have you solved this problem like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
B versus T.
Yes, sir.
You already solved. And then you can tell me the data that you have got here. So this is 10. So this is 5. This is 10 and 12. Okay. This is the velocity versus time graph. So draw the displacement time and acceleration versus time graph. So draw the displacement versus time graph for this. Displacement versus time graph, and draw the acceleration versus time graph for this. Quickly. First, get the shape of the graph. So as soon as you get it, what will be the shape of the graph? Displacement versus time. The shape of the graph will be like this. And then it should be a straight line.
Straight line. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what?
Convex inverted parabola.
Yes, good. Inverted parabola, because it is decelerating.
Yes, sir.
Correct. It is decelerating. So this is the shape of the graph. That is
Yes,
it.
sir.
Okay. Now you should get these points. That's it. You should get this point, and of course this point and this. You should get the coordinates of all these points. Obviously, this will be 5, and this point will be 10, and this point will be 12. So these 3 points you get. This is of course 0. Okay. So after 5 seconds, the area under this curve, half base into height. So 5 is a half into 10 into 5. 5 is a 10. So this will be 25. Correct? This will be 25.
Yes.
Then it will accelerate for 10. So here you see what will be this distance, this height. This height will be 5 into 10. So 5 into 10 is 20. 25 plus 20 will be 40. Correct? This point.
Plus 5 to 10, 50.
5 into 10, sorry, 50. Right, I'm sorry. 50 plus 25 is 70. 70. Right.
Yes.
And this area is 2, half 2 into 10. So this area will be 10. So 10 plus 75 will be 85. Am I right? This area, half base into height. Base is 2, half into 2 is 12. Into height, height is 10.
Yes, sir.
So it will be 10. So 75 plus 10 is 85. These are the 3 coordinate points. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
So now here it is accelerating. What is the acceleration? Opposite upon adjacent side. Opposite is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Correct?
Yes.
So it will have constant acceleration for first to 5 seconds. Okay?
Yes,
Then
yes.
its acceleration is 0. Then
Yes,
0. Cutting this side. And then it is decelerating. What is the deceleration here? It is, so this should be
Minus
10 by 5 is 2, no? This should be 2, no? 2. No, this I'm writing, unit here, 2. 10 by 5 is 2, huh?
Yes.
Then this is 5, and this point is 10, and here it is 10 by 2 is 5. So this should be minus 5.
Minus
Okay, this should be minus 5. Okay, this one should be minus 5. Got it?
Yes.
Done. Okay. So fine friends, I think it is exactly 8:27. Let's stop it. Okay. Anyways, see, you must practice like this. You must practice like this. Okay. That is, when you are solving a problem, you imagine somebody is sitting in front of you. Okay. You imagine like how I am doing, like that you should do. See, for me, you are sitting in front of me. So I am teaching you. Okay, so you also think there is somebody sitting in front of you and you teach. You speak. You think that there is somebody sitting and you teach. The best way to learn is to teach. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The best way to learn is to teach. So just teach. Okay, and if without your knowledge, your mind and body would have been tuned automatically, sorry, not automatically, by this practice, and eventually you will become perfect, and for you problem solving is never going to be a burden. You will never be under tension. Okay, so initially you must do this. Okay, fine friends.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now